Well, India says it's implementing parity in diplomatic presence after 41 Canadian diplomats had to leave the country. Canadian Foreign Minister Melanie Joly says India had threatened to revoke diplomatic immunity for many Canadian officials, a move she called escalatory and contrary to international law. India has denied these allegations. Indian-Canadian ties hit rock bottom last month after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau alleged that Indian agents had a role to play in the murder of a Canadian Sikh man. Harshan Garg has more from New Delhi.
In a statement, India's Ministry of External Affairs said it's implementing diplomatic parity because Canada has, quote, a much higher number of diplomats here. It also alleged that Canadian diplomats have interfered in India's internal affairs. It's a charge Canada has long denied. Canada's Foreign Minister Melanie Joly says Ottawa will not retaliate, even though she called India's actions unreasonable. The two countries had expelled one senior diplomat each last month after Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau alleged that Indian agents had a role to play in the death of a Sikh separatist leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Nijjar was a prominent face of the Khalistan movement in Canada. His group demands a separate state for India's Sikh community to be carved out of the northwest Indian state of Punjab. Nijjar had been labelled a terrorist by Indian authorities who have denied playing a role in his killing. They also called Canada's allegations baseless and motivated. Indian officials say Canada has not shared any credible evidence to support its allegations. Ties have been strained since Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's speech in the Canadian Parliament when he made the allegation, and worsened after India decided to halt granting visas to Canadian citizens. Now, Canadian officials say due to the reduction of their diplomatic staff in India, Indians will have to wait longer for their visas to be processed. Over 1 million people of Indian origin live in Canada. A vast majority of international students in Canada come from India, and close to 120,000 Indians took up permanent citizenship there last year. India has accused Canada of harboring Sikh separatists, many of whom have been labelled as terrorists by India. It's a charge that Canada has denied. Foreign policy experts say this is the frostiest that India-Canada relations have ever been. Harshan Garg, CNA, New Delhi.